This classic Italian salad, Panzanella, celebrates all of the summer produce, peppers, stale bread that you'd have left over from your bakery in Italy, lovely shallots, herbs and tomatoes. The first thing we need to do though is make a salad dressing. So the salad dressing is quite straightforward. Some lovely extra virgin olive oil, in that goes. I'm making a large quantity because this will keep in the fridge, so you'll get a bit of mileage out of it, as they say. This is red wine vinegar. You can use balsamic, but I actually prefer red wine vinegar with this tomato salad. So in this goes. I like the colour of it. I think the balsamic's quite dark and can be a bit sweet as well. So next then, bit of pepper, bit of our lovely salt. That's a nice teaspoon. They're small teaspoons, so I'll go with a tiny bit more just to balance the flavour. Now, to balance out the vinegar, I'm putting in just a small quantity of caster sugar and some Dijon mustard. That's just going to give it a bite. It's only a small quantity. In my original recipe for this, if you have it from one of my cookbooks, you'll see that also in here I put minced shallots and herbs. However, I thought, because this is making a large quantity, that we might be better off for yourselves as well at home putting the shallots and the herbs into the salad, because we won't be using all the dressing. If we put fresh produce into this salad dressing, it won't last as long. Whereas as it stands at the moment, we'll get like months out of this in the fridge, because all it is oil, vinegar, all the kind of produce that actually keeps. So you just give this a nice whisk up to emulsify. There we go. And it's always a good idea just to taste your salad dressing, just to be sure you have it right. So I'm just using the handle of the spoon here. I don't need to taste too much of it. You know, it needs more seasoning. It definitely needs a tad more sugar. So I'm putting in another little mini spoon of sugar. And I'm going to go as well with a little bit more salt. You can really taste the vinegar. So I just want to balance it out. There we go. So I'm sure that'll be fine now. What you don't want to do is go and make up this and then put it on your salad and find it's not exactly what you wanted. So it is all about having a really good salad dressing, but you can see it makes a large quantity. So in that case, you just put the remainder of it in a jar and you can live off it for the summer. So the salad itself is very straightforward. I have a big bowl here for mixing. There is only one thing I want to show you still, just to show you how to prepare it, and that is the celery, because the strings of the celery are a bugbear of mine. See all of these little grooves going down. So what I do is I get my little knife like this. Can you see? I get my knife and I pull like this and pull it back, and that takes those strings out so that nobody is chewing on them. They're really unpalatable. Just pull them back. Some of the more tender ones you really won't have that much of a problem with, but you can see there's a few in there that are quite strong. And to be honest, look at them. They're like dental floss. Nobody wants them in their salad. So that's that done. So that can go to compost. And then for the celery, all we do is we cut little skinny slices just on the bias, and this goes in. So when you're making this panzanella, there are ingredients that you'd expect in it, like celery, minced shallots, garlic, capers, tomatoes, everything that's here in front of me, and most importantly, the panna, the leftover bread, the stale bread, which I'll come to now in a second. But I will say to you, it depends on what you have in your fridge. You can play with this recipe as you want, but it's a very colourful, light summer salad, and it would be nice either as a starter or as a nice side salad with a little bit of fish or that as we head in to the summer season. So now let us just assemble everything and I'll talk you through it. So in here we have our celery, and then we have cucumber. Now with the cucumber, I've already done a job on this. I used my cucumber, I cut it in half, and you see the way you've got all that mushy centre there. I just got a spoon and I scraped up the middle and got rid of that, and then I diced my cucumber. You can slice it or dice it. There we go. We have diced peppers. We have the lovely red pepper in here as well. With the shallots that should be in the actual salad dressing, but I want to get mileage out of my salad dressing, so I'm actually going to put them straight in here. Garlic. Nice bit of garlic. It wouldn't be an Italian salad without garlic. Chives. Parsley. Capers. I'm going to put in a tiny bit of red onion, but I have the shallots in there as well, so I think I have enough onions. Now, right, next, tomatoes. I have these lovely cherry tomatoes, and I wanted to use them up because I had overstocked, because I do like tomatoes, and I overstocked, but I really just wanted at this point to make sure they're used, and I didn't want to, because they're quite pricey, I didn't want to make a fresh tomato sauce with them. I thought I'd get more mileage out of them in a salad, so I've just halved them, and in they go. So there, you can see the colours building up in that. Doesn't that look great? Next, this is down to you. I am going to put in, and it's a classic in the salad, anchovies. And I think they bring a natural saltiness to this, and it's going to be really, really nice for flavour. So it's up to you as to whether you like them or not, but I would pop them in and I would mince them in to make sure that they're well spread out. The lovely thing about using anchovies in a dish is when they're properly handled and chopped up very finely, they blend in and nobody really kind of goes, oh, you've anchovies in there, but they get that saltiness and that kind of underlying flavour. It's like the Italian umami. There are certain things in Italian foods that you come across, and one is, especially in southern Italy, anchovies in dishes, and that really brings that hidden flavour. And the other one that I absolutely love is Parmigiano Reggiano or Parmesan. Love that in a dish to finish it, because again you get that little bit of taste at the end, you know, just to finish something. So in that goes. Now I want to talk to you about the bread. See here, this is just stale bread that I had. Again, I was a bit over ambitious, had bread left over, and all I did was I put it in a bowl, tossed it in olive oil, added in some fresh herbs or dried herbs as you want, and then I put them in the oven to toast. This is important because the whole concept of the panzanella is pane, leftover bread, and that adds a bit of texture to it. So we are good to go. I just want to, first of all, mix up my ingredients here. Look at the colour of this. I mean, oh my goodness. I want to make sure those anchovies are well mixed up. But there'll be certain people in my family who'll be reporting back to me with letters of complaint if they're not well mixed in. I just think that looks divine. Now, in goes our bread. We give that a mix up. And our salad dressing. You can see plenty left over. Let's get another spoon here and mix it up. This just sings of summer to me. To me, this is classic Italian summer. It's a delicious, delicious salad. Serve it with some greens. As I say, a nice bit of fish or a steak or something like that, straight off the barbecue. Oh, it's just divine. Now, I'm going to put it into a nicer bowl for the table. There we go. I don't think you'd be disappointed with this one. It's a family favourite in our household. Let me get some of that nice bread up on top for you, and I'll bring it forward. There it is, a classic Italian panzanella.